Shalom, everybody. So, there's a person who has, on a few occasions, expressed concern that my videos are likely to stir up anti-Semitism, to stir up hatred against Jews. His comment is not something that I hear often, but I would like to address it because it touches on an important point, and it's actually because of comments like this that I make such videos. Because his comment it reveals the massive lack of awareness of the problem of anti-Semitism. I cannot stir up anti-Semitism when anti-Semitism is already stirred up. Anti-Semitism is already a massive problem, a serious problem, even for Jews in the United States. And the only reason that so few people are aware of this is because it's not spoken about. It's not an exaggerated problem. Look at the CIA website, the FBI website. They talk about the statistics. It's not good. Even in the US, it's not good. Granted, in the US, it's far better than in Europe or in the Middle East. But not talking about the problem of anti-Semitism does not make anti-Semitism go away. Anti-Semitism arises from something. And it mostly arises, if not exclusively, from irrational and false beliefs about the Jewish people. Anti-Semitism manifests in violent forms when people act on those irrational and false, absurd beliefs about the Jewish people. My talking about the Jewish faith is not going to stir up anti-Semitism any more than it's already stirred up. You see, my talking about the Jewish faith is just me as one person. And I am an anomaly because the Jewish people are not exactly known for preaching the Jewish faith. That's part of the reason why we are such a small people. Jews don't believe that you have to be Jewish. Jews don't believe that non-Jews are unable to be ethical, good people without being Jewish. Jews do not believe that. Anti-Semitism thrived, far greater than it's even thriving now, during the last 2,000 years leading up to the Holocaust, when Jews were essentially defenseless and gave no defense of their faith, gave no explanations of their faith, self-censored, and even tried to avoid confrontations or explanations of their faith, even when the non-Jewish governments tried to coerce them to do so. And yes, that happened. Non-Jewish governments throughout Europe and in other places would try to force the Jewish people to give public defense of their faith. If remaining silent about what Jews believe and what Jews do not believe is the answer to anti-Semitism, if that is what's necessary to fight anti-Semitism, then anti-Semitism shouldn't have been its strongest when Jews were the most self-censored and the most quiet about what they believe. So, I will continue to be one of the very few voices that seeks to clarify what Jews do and do not believe. And my videos are only directed to people who want to listen. Those who don't want to listen can continue on. They can scroll by. They can unfollow. They can continue to believe their irrational and unfounded beliefs about the Jewish people, which are mostly based on ancient literature that talks about the Jewish people, literature that most of these people have strong beliefs about. If you believe that a certain text is the word of God, and that text says terrible things about the Jewish people, well, then you're probably going to have very negative and skewed views about the Jewish people, even though you're basing it on an extremely biased text written nearly 2,000 years ago, imagining that that text is true for Jews today, when in reality you have little to no idea what Jews actually think today. The solution to anti-Semitism is not to stick your head in the sand and ignore it. The solution to it is to look at it dead on, answer the questions that it stems from, expose how irrational these beliefs are about the Jewish people, and educate Jews and encourage Jews to not be ashamed about their faith, but to respectfully clarify what they do and do not think with people who want to hear. And for those who don't want to hear, just let them go on their merry way. But to also be armed, because it would be foolish after the last 2,000 years of the Holocaust to think that giving the government all our guns and leaving ourselves defenseless and silent is the answer to anti-Semitism. So that's why I make these videos, because I've experienced anti-Semitism in only the roughly half of my life that I've been Jewish. I've experienced plenty. And I've had friends be in terrorist attacks, be stabbed, be shot through, and I've had rockets fall over my head. So no, I'm not going to stop making videos anytime soon. But I will always strive to make videos on these topics in the most respectful and fact-based way that I'm able. And always wanting and willing to hear any questions people have or any objections, and to refine my own views and my own understanding of the world around me. I am well aware of my fallibility, and I think any honest and sincere person would also want to any honest and sincere person would also want to know when they have erroneous views about other people, especially if they're views that motivate some sick-minded people to commit atrocities, such as has been happening the last few weeks in the Middle East. On that note, may God open our eyes to the wonders of His Word, to the wonders of His Torah. وَيَسِمْ لَكَمْ shalom. And may He grant you peace. Shalom uvracha. Yalla bye.